Hey guys, welcome back to the shop for another week of SNS, and we've got a lot of updates for you this week, and we've got some machining to get to this week. The machining that I have over here behind me that I've been working on for a couple weeks for a viewer of mine named Gary, we're going to go ahead and jump on that and try to get most of that completed. All right, and then I've got some update videos for the work around the shop here that I'm going to share with you. Last weekend I did some work around here. I did some painting on the front of the shop. So I got a clip of that I'm going to share with you, and we're going to talk about the concrete work out here, the doors, and things like that. I did get the doors installed and fixed, and I got the concrete fixed. So everything's looking good. We're on a roll, and next step is the actual new slab that I'm going to have poured out here. We went ahead and we've got it scheduled for next week. So I believe he's going to start like on a Tuesday. He's going to come and start, and I've got 3 concrete pads that I'm going to have poured, and I'll talk about that. We're going to walk outside. I'm going to grab the gimbal. I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do, and I'm very excited to see that happen. I was waiting on some approvals for the septic system outside, you know, because of the concrete that I'm wanting to pour out there. Everything was approved, and we're ready to go. So I got some more additions coming in the future, probably looking at like next year. Hopefully by next summer, maybe I can have some more of this work done. Just got to keep working and building the funds back up so I can get back to the shop work here. But very excited about that. So next week I'm going to have some video of this concrete that's going to be poured out here, and really looking forward to seeing all that happen. Okay, so I think that's all I got for you, but we're going to have some clips. We're going to walk out there, we're going to take a look, and then we're going to have some machining coming. And then I'm going to have another video after this SNS, so stay tuned for that, of another gearbox shaft that I've been working on, and we're gonna show you some heavy machining on that. So stay tuned and check that out. Okay, I got one tool that's come in that I want to share with you. This was something that come in from my friend Jack Hoying. He just sent this to me as a gift because I was showing a little bit of interest in it right there. So let me pull the camera down here so you can take a look at this. So as I mentioned, this is a gift from Jack Hoying, a friend of mine, and this is a square block set, like a gauge block set, but they're square, and it's a nearly complete set. There is a few that's missing, not a big deal. Looks like there's a few up here that's missing, but this would be a nice tool to have around here. You have a lot of material there that you can stack up for different things. They go all the way up to 4 inches, and a lot of different sizes right there available to pick from. Something that I didn't have, and always trying to improve my gauge blocks around here. But again, this is Jack Hoying that sent this, and he has got a website that you can go to. I've mentioned him before because I bought tools from him. I'm going to share that link there on the video, and I'll also have it in the video description, so check that link out. But Jack always comes across really good deals on machinist tools. He's up there in Ohio, and he always seems to run across deals where guys are either retiring or somebody's passed away, and he'll buy, you know, an entire toolbox, and then he'll resell it and keep some of the stuff for himself. So check that link out. He's always got some really nice quality tools there on his website for sale, and go pick you up some machinist tools from him. So anyway, Jack, thank you very much. This is a nice addition to the shop right here. I really appreciate it, and I hope that these come in handy in the future around here with our work. I thought I'd show you guys what I'm up to today. I'm off of work. I had a day off. Today is Friday. Tried to get some more business done around the shop here. So this is how I wanted the front of the shop to look. So I'm just doing it myself and getting it done, should I say. I bought some paint and had it matched. I had a paint chip around here somewhere, but I had it matched to the sheet metal, and I'm getting the first coat on now. I'm gonna have to go back and do a second coat because it's just because of the white block. It's still bleeding through, especially in all the little pitting of the concrete block there, but it's looking good. And I already repainted the door. That's the first thing. Last weekend I pressure washed it and got all the dirt and dust off of it, and this morning I painted it, and it looks really nice now. And I just wanted to get everything freshened up. You know, I told you I want to replace this door, and I plan to when I can afford to get to that point. But at least it looks like a nice fresh door now. We got the frame painted and the door, and I just wanted to kind of show you where I'm at. I'm over there and I'm almost done with it on the first coat, and I'll let it tack in good, and then I'll come back and put a second coat. That's the paint that I got there. Bought that from Lowe's. Pretty expensive stuff, and if you have something that you can match, a little chip, they can put it in some little computer thing, and then it matches it. So anyway, I'll bring it back and give you an update when it's all completed. But I'm happy with the way that the front of the shop is looking. It's going to look nice and match all the way across there. And this, by the way, is less expensive than putting sheet metal all the way across. I'm happy with the block, and that's how I'm going to do it. Alrighty, there she is, finished up. I got 2 coats of paint on the block there. Got it trimmed in real good, and I'm happy with it. Looks pretty nice. I wish that the debris pile was already gone. It should have already been gone, but it's still sitting there. But what do you do, right? By the way, I wanted to point this out so I don't get a bunch of comments about it, but I do plan on covering those holes up. I wanted to go ahead and get the paint done right away today, but I'm going to cut some plates and screw over to those holes right there. We might just fill these in with something. But that one right there, I'm going to make a plate and bolt it down, and then I'll repaint over that. But for today, I just wanted to go ahead and get that paint up on the wall. Well, we finally got the roll-up door installed. That came the other day, earlier in the week, and it looks really good. It fits good. So I'm going to go today. Actually, I got to go back. I bought a A-bomb size master lock to lock this thing, and it won't fit in there. It's so damn big. So I got to take it back and get a smaller lock for it. It's a good looking door, made in USA. Made the front of that shop look a whole lot nicer there. So here's another update on the concrete floor here, the transition that I talked about. So I got that done. We've got that cut out and then re-poured in there, so that we've got a very slight ramp up to where the footer of the building is now. And that'll allow me to be able to, you know, come and go through the doorway with machines or dollies, you know, the pallet jack, whatever, you know, just to have a nice transition into the shop right there. There's a little better shot of the new roll-up door. And then another one right here, we got the entry door fixed. We got the proper frame installed and got it hooked up, ready to go. All right, and this is another shot of the front of the shop here, and just gonna go over again what we're gonna do. So beginning next week, we're gonna have our new concrete slab out here. I'm very excited about that. This is something that I've wanted around here for a very long time, and finally getting it done. You know, having a, you know, like a driveway, you know, have an area out here that you can actually work on. You know, I could pull my truck up here if I wanted to and work on it, do some welding out here, whatever. So it's going to extend all the way out to right about here. It's going to cover this entry of the carport, so it's going to come to about right here, and then we'll have a ramp because it's going to be kind of high. It's going to be graded so that it's kind of flat. It will be graded so that it's not going to run water off into the shop, so don't worry about that. Concrete 101, you grade away from a doorway, but it's going to be pretty flat. I don't want it, I told them I don't want this sloping down like this, you know, because I want the possibility of this slab to be a future shop floor in the future if I wanted to. So that's why we're going to do it kind of flat. So once we come out here, we're going to have a ramp. It'll be about a 6-foot long ramp so that, you know, you can drive up onto it. So very excited about that. Very, very excited to get this done. So on the next update next week, we're going to have, we hopefully will see some concrete out here. So in addition to having the slab over there, I'm able to do 3 slabs the way I want and get all this done at one time. So the one I've already mentioned right here, we're going to have a new patio slab poured out here. It's going to come all the way to the edge of where those brick are and come on out 12 foot, so somewhere about out here, and go down to the corner of the house. This will be a concrete slab and a future area for a patio. I'm going to see about building on to the house later on, but we're at least going to get the slab here, and this is going to be the barbecue and chilling and socializing area right out here. All right, and then I got this section over here flagged off. You can see the flags. Those two flags over there by the wall is going to be where the pad is for the air compressor. All right, and then we got these four. So this is what I hadn't announced yet until now. This is going to be the future garage is what I want to put up out here. So we're going to have a 24 by 26 concrete slab poured right here, and this is where I'm going to build a garage later on. It's not going to go up immediately. That's going to have to wait a little while because I've been kind of focusing all my efforts towards the shop here. So that's what I was wanting to tell you guys about that I hadn't shared yet. I'm pretty excited about that. So I've been dealing with the you know, the state and the local stuff, getting all the proper permitting done so I can get this work done whenever I'm ready to get it done. So really excited about that, and I'm going to share some video footage of the work that's done out here once we get it. All right guys, we're going to get back on this little job here for Gary Clark and get him finished up. There's just some sort of like minor machining that needs to get done. So I had a video on these, maybe you watched that. If not, I got a link in the video there for these spring perches that we did the square threading in for these threaded sleeves. All right, so these are done, except for I need to drill and tap for a set screw on one side. Pretty simple operation. We got to do that. All right, so we've got 2 and 2 right here on these threaded sleeves. So one of them, or 2 of them, are going to be 4 7/8 long, and then 2 of them are going to be 5 1/8 of an inch long. All right, so 5 1/8. So we're going to have 1 7/8 off of 2 of them, and then what? 2 1/8. All right, so we'll have 2 1/8 off the other ones. All right, so we need to part those off. That's going to be a parting operation, and then just chamfering the end. This recessed area, the counter board is left on there, so we're going to be cutting this end off on R4. All right, so we got that to do, and then we've got these guys right here. There's 4 of these, and so we've got 2 of them that are going to get turned down. The hex is going to get turned down to 0.708 diameter, 1 inch back from the face. So we got 2 of them like that, and we got 2 more that need to be 160 thousandths faced off the end, the female side, and then also turn it down to 0.708, 1 inch back. All right, so pretty simple stuff. Good work right there for the, you know, the 3-jaw chuck. So we'll definitely be making use of that. All right, so that's what we got to do. I want to go ahead and get started on this and see if we can get it finished up. All right, I'm going to use this Sandvik parting insert to do this job. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple checks real quick. I'll show you about my tramming. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the tool is square. I'm going to put it on the shank right here. It's showing it's off about 2 thousandths, which isn't bad. I wonder what the tool's showing right here. Yeah, the tool's well, it's about the same. All right, that's close enough though. We're just doing a parting off. I didn't want it to be crooked. That was still squared off from whenever we did the square threading there. All right, I want to check the center height too. I'm going to go ahead and use the Pro lathe gauge tool by edge. I'm going to use it to check the height of the tool tip, see if we're on center. Looks like we're still good from the last time I set it there. Okay, good to go. You always try to keep your parts as closest to the chuck as you can when you're going to part something off. You don't want to be parting out here because you're going to have a lot of deflection with your part. Your part's going to be trying to pick up on you. So what I say, we're going to do 2 1/8. So that's about right there. So let's just come on out. 2 5/8 stick out right there. Should be good. Alright, looks like it's spinning pretty good. True enough for what we're going to do. And like I said, we'll just part this and then put the tool in there and chamfer it. So we want 2 1/8 parted from one of them, or I'm sorry, 2 of them here. Alright, and that is a 1/8 wide tool. I measured that before we started. That's 125. So you just subtract. I'm going to use my scale and just bump the edge of the tool. Alright, so I'm going to line up. I'm using my precision eye measurement here, and I'm lining up with this 4 on the edge of the part. It doesn't need to be any closer than that. I'm telling you, I'm within 10 thousandths. So alright, so if you come over and measure the edge, this edge of the tool, we're lined up with 2 1/8. Okay, so we're good to go right there. I'm going to use some cutting oil to help lubricate it. Got the doors open today. We finally got some cool air, so it'll help let the smoke vent out of here. All right. Okay, that looks pretty good. And we are at 4 7/8. We are good to go. One reason right there, I love my hook rules. That's all I use. Going a little faster this time with the part off. Actually, if you want to know, we're running 370 RPM right there. Feed rate is just by hand. Try not to block you too bad. If you're following along close, you might have seen that I just messed up here. This one right here, I parted off the counterboard side, so I wasn't paying attention and I was just trying to rush through it. So no big deal. What I'm going to do is I'm taking the one that's not counterboard now. I'm just going to chuck it up and just bore it out. I'm just going to copy it. See if we hit our mark. Let's say we did. Looks pretty good. Just gonna get in there and break them edges. All right, so I'm moving on to these pieces here. Now, two of these are going to get faced off 160 thousandths and then turn back 1 inch. All right, so the problem that I'm going to have with that is I'm not going to have enough metal there on this hex to chuck on to be able to face it and turn it back. All right, so that right there is that's less than the area than I got to machine. So what we're going to have to do for two of these is put them in a collet on this thread right here. I'll put them in a collet and hold it that way. But for two that's got to get faced off, I'll go ahead and put them in here and get them faced off accordingly. We'll get those two faced, and we'll turn the other two on with the hex, and then we'll use a collet setup for these two here. Running 600 RPM at about a 10 thou feed rate. I'm going to back that off actually a little bit. Go another 10. Finish it out. Now let me grab a tool to chamfer that. I'll show you how we're going to do that. I'll just drop the speed down some. I'm going to use this Noga tool. Just like that. Well, this is the one that doesn't need to be faced off. I got it chucked up. We've got our offset adjusted. Use some calipers just to kind of see about where we're at. 884, so we still got well over 150 to come off there. I'm just taking 50 thousandths passes, not trying to overdo it and snatch it out of there. I'm not sure what grade stainless that is. That's probably some of that easy turn, like 303. Or some of that L stainless that's got the lead in it. All right, I'll go ahead and use the mic from here and get us in there close. So we want 708 on the diameter. That should give us about 20 to come down with it. We're at 733. So it's 23, 4, 5, that's 25. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this one around. Now I'm not gonna be able to get up next to them jaws to cut a chamfer on that shoulder there, but we're gonna do that one after we get them both turned. We're gonna go ahead and chamfer this one here. Check our size. 708. We hit it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn the other one just like this, and then we'll chuck this area here and come in there and hit a chamfer. Alright, so we got both of our pieces turned there, and we still have that sharp edge to deal with on this side. So we're just going to reverse it and chuck it here on the turned area that I just turned. And running pretty good. Gives us just enough there to get that tool in. I know it looks really close, but I do have a gap there. I'm just cutting and eyeballing so that it touches the flats. All right. Go ahead and swap it out. All right, there we go. These two are done. So let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is take this chuck off and we'll put the collet chuck on. Just swapping the chucks out, and I wanted to share this with you. This is the first time that I've taken this new 3-jaw off since I mounted it way back whenever I posted that video of mounting it and getting it set up. But you can see good contact right there on the face of the chuck, and there's even this black lines inside there in the taper where it was seating up real good. But looks like we got good contact on that face all the way around, both on the chuck and the spindle nose right there. You can see the contact, so pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and get her cleaned up, and we're gonna get that collet chuck mounted up here. So for those of you who don't know, this is a hard-inch collet, and I have hard-inch collets that go in there. And I found one. This is a 15/32 that'll fit that thread and hold it. So as you spin this handle, you've got threads inside there that's going to catch this collet and pull it up in there. And as it pulls it up in there, you have a taper machined here on the nose, and you have this taper. It matches and it squeezes it. That's what holds it, is the slits in there allows that to squeeze and hold your part. So just kind of like a little crash course for the people watching there that don't really know. So we're going to stick it in there. All right, you see it tightened up. All right. All right, one down, guys. One to go on this one. All right, well, we got all the little small things done and finished up. We got those two, and we got those two right there. All right, got those, and our 4 sleeves, and then my mess up, we got it fixed. So the last thing that we got to do on all this is I need to set these things up in the mill and you need to come right up in here and drill and tap for like a 1/4 20 set screw. It's on the print, so it'll be the last thing. But we're going to do that tomorrow. It's getting late. I'm ready to go in. So I'll catch you back on the mill whenever we jump back on this.